thus we return to our regularly scheduled art streams. And I will say, right out the gate, this one will definitely, absolutely, 100% be shorter than the other ones, for a couple reasons. But before we get into any of that, actually, as we get immediately into that, this is the main reason, and it's that, one reason is that I've genuinely run out of thumbnails to use. All the other thumbnails up to this point have been previously drawn, and now they've all been used up, so I'm kind of tapped out, which is why I brought up in the last stream that I'll switch it over to the actual CSP in a second, which is why I mentioned in the last stream that I should just make a art stream thumbnail to use in every single one of these, like some of the other fancy artists do, of which I follow, because they're cool. And the second reason why this is going to be a lot shorter is because this is all we're doing today. I was seriously tempted to use this as the thumbnail because I was just working on this, but I felt like that might have spoiled the surprise for this stream in particular. Also, we're right side up again. In fact, I should have drawn this for April Fool's Day for last week's stream. I just realized. What a horrible missed opportunity that was. Oh, right. One of the things that I want to bring up is that two things in particular. I've brought up time and time again the fact that I've started to dabble into art commissions in past streams in particular, and for I think about 2 weeks now, actually, the first ever one that I got has been completed. And let's see, hopefully it'll fit in this canvas and won't look all smushed and everything. It might actually do that though, so let's see. Open with let's see if we can try to open it with Clip Studio Paint. This might spoil the surprise for a second, but let's see. It's either going to open it in the canvas here or in a new project, in a completely new project, just like that. I don't think I showed this anywhere yet before. I've been contemplating maybe switching the main channel's profile picture over to this, but here it is. This is the commission that I was talking about. This is done by the artist Inu Strider. I hope I'm saying that right, that first name at least. And I'm very happy with how this turned out. And the second thing that I got, hopefully, actually, I might be able to, hang on, just so that there's context of who actually did this. There we go. Now there's context of who actually did that. I'm just going to browse through whatever for just a second, and hopefully see if I can get this up with OBS here. Here we go. Perfect. That's honestly that's more perfect than I was expecting it to be. Just being here in OBS like this. This is the second thing that I got from the artist known as Kirby. Not Kirby the pink squishy ball, but Kirby spelled with 2 I's. Who's a very talented pixel artist, who's doing these for only $10. So I'm just gonna have this guy in the corner here now. This hopefully won't be too much of a distraction, if I'm being honest. It'll either be a distraction or it'll be like Subway Surfers gameplay. It's just something in the background that can keep your attention span intact. Oh yeah, and it also came with this version as well. But not that. Let's see. It also came with this version, which which we're not gonna use. We're not gonna use that one, not now or ever. That's only a very, very last resort kind of thing. But yeah, this is what I've been up to with this channel mascot, I guess you could say. This is, like I said before, this is the VTuber design that I would like to do eventually in the future. Because I would like to dabble into that more. And I would like to do not just art streams, but also games as well. Both playing them in front of a camera behind the mask of this guy right here, I guess you could say. And also, maybe, if not, it's kind of funny. I was actually just thinking about this earlier today. I know this is an art stream, and I'm not really actually doing the art much myself, but I want to talk about this here, just so that's out there. I was actually thinking about this the other day. The fact that I have a friend, online friend, named Zeke, who is just as much of a XCOM addict as I am. Zeke, if you're out there listening, I know where you live. Just kidding, I actually don't. But I was just thinking, what if this is a crazy hypothetical, because you're learning how to be a programmer and learning how to make games, and I'm learning how to draw. What if we pulled like a Justin and Mike collaboration? Justin and Mike being the creators of the Strike Force Heroes series and the Raze series, those old childhood classics that were on Armor games and all that. And how they got together was that they both worked at a grocery store once. One of them liked to create art, and the other guy liked to program, so they went ahead and started making games together. And I was thinking, if we did try to attempt to make some kind of game, it would definitely be some kind of XCOM copy. I feel like maybe that would be, depending on how easy it is to implement RNG into a game, which I imagine would be very easy with the tools that exist nowadays. But that's a story that's a continued hypothetical thought, I guess, for another day. Right now, we're doing this. Okay, I'm going to cancel that out. Honestly, the only really thing I need to do here, you know, just to get this, just to spend as much time here as possible, I'm going to be as ridiculously detailed with the lighting as I've ever been with this piece in particular, I think. It's so funny seeing that little guy in the corner, just bouncing up and down, spamming the D-pad. This ends up being one of the more quieter and calmer art streams, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Honestly, actually, I might just change the thumbnail to this one to actually be this. Because the thumbnail to this stream in particular is, like I said, it was running out of drawings of this guy to use. So the only one that I really had was of an April Fool's drawing I was doing of, once again, Zeke and I. That is not even finished yet because I was caught up in a bunch of other drawings instead. Yeah, let's see. I was doing April 1st drawing for another artist, and then there was the birthday drawing, which is kind of like this one, relatively short, small, and then there was the thumbnail for the other stream, and then there was the Roddy Tops drawing, which I actually finished. Hang on. You know what? This is the conclusion to last week's stream, in case you were curious. Very happy with how that turned out. I might. Maybe? Do I want to link my blue website to this YouTube channel? It might be kind of risky, considering how considering how the main way people find this channel is through the Henry Stickmin and Markiplier videos. So the biggest risk in linking the blue websites is just age appropriateness, because it's not always going to be age appropriate. Which is why I've also been contemplating maybe in the future when this thing just jump scares me every single time, which is why I've been contemplating when I do dabble into the whole VTuber deal, I might just start a completely new channel and then just keep this one as an archive, an Onyx archive, if you will. I have a lot of things to say today. A lot of things on my mind. And honestly, there was also a chance that this stream was actually pretty close to not even happening. Because I was just contemplating whether or not I was actually gonna go for it. Thing is, if I did that, then I would have to make a post explaining why, like I usually did. And honestly, there wasn't just the fact that I'm running out of thumbnails of drawings to use of the guy felt kind of like a weak sauce argument, so I figured, why not just push through? Why not just push through and announce that, hey, if I am going to be on a short hiatus, or indefinite hiatus, then might as well announce it in person, in voice, I guess you could say, during the stream, instead of just out of nowhere. Absolutely keeping this one as an emote when I get to it. Maybe even a Discord sticker, like I've done with the little bouncy guy in the corner. Hang on. I need to remember to use that BRB screen. And honestly, at this point, there's not much left except for just the colors and stuff. just realized if I am going to use this as an emote everywhere, then make this look as good as possible. So all the little details need to be ironed out. Surprised at how relatively quiet it is. I mean, that's usually how it is for these streams, but sometimes there are a ragtag few who actually watch these sometimes and return to them. And those ragtag few are super cool, and some of them include, let's see, Duolingo guy who frequently asks me to listen to certain music. And there's also Rosgar. I 100% enjoy our conversations in those last streams. I appreciate you coming in. And there are the goobers in the Discord call. I believe there was Haxor, and then Ebony, and then a few others as well. You guys always liven up the place. There's also a few others. Need to remember their names more. Hang on. Okay, that was a BRB once again, but it wasn't really long enough to warrant the whole BRB screen. relax, the quiet part of the stream begins. Definitely need to learn to use the lasso tool eventually, for coloring in particular. It of course takes longer, but it's always going to look better as well. And you don't have to worry about the little white spots. Because even if you set the tolerance to the max, there's always going to be some that slip through. It's not going to look as good. You know what, actually, hang on. I'm gonna really quickly, really quickly change the thumbnail to this stream. Spotify is choosing not to refresh at a good time. Oh. Hello, Kale Key. Good to see you. Welcome in. Right as I was about to switch up the thumbnail to this stream. So you have the exclusive honor of actually seeing what it was like before getting switched to this. This is gonna be funny. Right, let's see. Customization. I hope I can. I'm pretty sure I can. Yeah, there we go. I can't switch the thumbnail to this. Alright, perfect. It's not gonna get better than that. Yeah, looking at this, you would not think that honor has anything to do with anything, really. It kind of reminds me of Yunayu. I think that's how you say her name. I remember being there when she first started out her YouTube channel, and she's come very far very fast. Definitely recommend checking her out. Tell who she is by her immense amounts of pink. that's probably what would happen if you tried to eat a spider in real life. That is the most out-of-pocket thing I've read today. Well. If nothing else, you certainly liven the place up a bit. I hope the little guy down in the corner isn't too distracting, by the way. I figured it's either going to be too distracting of the actual canvas, or it'll be like Subway Surfers gameplay. A pair of jingling keys that you cannot focus without. Which seems to be the direction of pretty much everyone's attention span these days. I'm definitely not exactly exempt from that, as I frequently like to fall asleep while watching an XCOM gameplay video. It's not that bad, it's not that noticeable, that's good to hear. So silly if you made it have a bald spot. Okay, I can do that. He has a bald spot because he has white hair, so he's obviously an old geezer. There we go, that's his bald spot. Okay, actually, save as much as it says you can if you want, because I'm definitely not going to be keeping any of that. Actually, maybe I can, hang on. Let's see. There we go, it'll just be out of frame. It'll be out of frame until I actually need it. Finish all that shading, you should duplicate it into smaller versions like little spider children. That's just a funny visual. I'm absolutely gonna do that. Like I said earlier, I need to learn how to use the lasso tool, do actual fill-in lining. Because it'll look a lot, takes a little bit longer, but it looks a lot better. My elbow to draw on, that is no problem because I can't draw with it to begin with. Heard that that's not a bad idea, not a bad technique, I guess you could say, when drawing, to draw with your elbow or your shoulder. Actually, yeah, I'm trying it out right now. There is a good feeling to that I should learn to use more often. Especially when doing larger strokes like just that. I feel like that'd be relatively common sense for a lot of people, but not a lot of people will just remember to do that. Myself included. Learn something new every day. Just put your pen on the tablet and then let the fan blow it around. You wouldn't even have to move the fan or anything. Just wait for it to create a magnum opus. If that's how AI art was made, then I would be just a smidgen, a tad bit more impressed at it. I still wouldn't be down with it as a whole, but I would be impressed nonetheless. Yeah, very sorry for bringing up that name in this household. That's the first time I think I ever brought it up during any of these streams, to be honest. But yeah, that's a topic for anywhere but here. So I'm gonna drop it immediately. Just drop erase from existence. That's a probably a better alternative, yeah. At the very least, make AI do our laundry and dishes so that we could do the art, and not let AI do the art so that we can do our laundry and dishes, you know what I mean? Okay, right, what layer is that on? Ah, that one. We all need to have human imperfections in our artwork, because when every piece of art becomes perfect, then no art will be. We all know how the saying goes. We've all seen The Incredibles. I like how that turned out. I did say earlier, by the way, that this stream is going to be a lot shorter than usual, mainly because all these thumbnails. Oh no, wait, that's a different thing. This one's going to be shorter because I didn't exactly have anything lined up or planned. Not even a Shantae character this time. I also can't draw on PC. My hand too shaky. That is unfortunate, but it will be absolutely worth it to see what you can do to remedy that. Maybe you drink a nice herbal tea to help calm your nerves or something. That doesn't sound too bad right now, actually. I just start live streams without a goal in mind. I do that. Okay, I'm going to be completely fair here and say that I do that for, I think, at least half, if not most, of the streams that I've done. There are some rare instances where I have the sketch layer completely drawn out and ready to be lined and colored and shaded and everything, and I feel like those kinds of streams are my favorite, to be honest. Because for other artists, it's the sketching that's the easy part, and the lining and coloring that's the difficult part. But for me, it's kind of the complete opposite. I like doing the lining and the shading, at least at the level that I'm at now, but the actual sketching is where it's tricky. That's just me, though. As I grow and learn in this field, I guess you could say, that may become the inverse in the future. Alright, I'm happy with how this turned out, though. I'm going to smize all this real quick. And that's a whole other battle itself, is trying to do artwork without a sketch layer, just going straight into the lining, just gunning it. Which is, of course, a valid method as well. M. Young. You certainly asked me to draw a lot of just kind of out of nowhere things. Just saying. But I am actually almost done here. I just need to export the PNG of this, and also, of course, do the thing that that you mentioned earlier. Hang on, let's see if I can pull this off. Just gonna highlight all of that. See if I can duplicate all those, then merge all these. Oh, I can do it right here somewhere. Here? Not that. I want to merge everything. There we go. That's how you do it. Alright. Just going to shrink that real quick. It's getting out of hand. Right, I quickly lost track of who's who. They're playing follow the leader. See, hang on. It's one too many of them. Just to make this look a bit more cohesive and followable, digestible. Thank you for giving me that idea. That's really fun. Full context, by the way, to whom it may concern. Let's see. You could always just go to the previous stream thumbnails. You could just go to the playlist and look at all those. But in case you're curious about the full actual character that we're looking at here, this is a concept for a VTuber model upgrade from this one that you're seeing right now, with of course a backstory involving a bunch of spiders, or rather one rather large queen spider in particular. And then this horrible abomination is what emerged from there. Of course, it wasn't always that non-abominable, I guess you could say, because it certainly was more abominable at one point. And by more abominable, I mean like this kind more abominable. but we don't talk about those days. Just kidding, we actually talk about them all the time, because that was literally less than a year ago. What's another fun piece, actually? It was also this one. This one that I think I did just out of nowhere, just because, for fun. What if suddenly bigger, out of nowhere? And there was also this one, which was a collaboration with someone who liked the artwork that I do. Spiders used to be my favorite animal. What's, used to be, you say? Did one crawl on top of your face while you were sleeping, and then it scared you half to death, so you had to change your favorite animal. It's cool that it was your favorite animal at one point, but the fact that it used to be implies a particular event that happened that I'm now curious about. Or maybe just another animal emerged that was cooler. Ah yes, and this was the one that I drew on my birthday, which was only 2 weeks ago now. Happy with how this one turned out, and is of course now a full-on emote. If I can pull off, if I can make custom emotes for this channel that are free for everyone to use, of course, then I'll see if I can add a few of these in there. Oh, foxes. Foxes are cooler and cuter, especially fennec foxes with their big ears. Happy extremely late day birth. Yes, that was a real sentence. Thank you, by the way. Thank you for the belated happy birthday. Also, I do agree, foxes are definitely up there in terms of just coolness. Up there in terms of universally loved animals. Get back to this. Okay, for real this time though. I'm going to... Everyone's going to stop playing Follow the Leader for a second. And you bet that I'm going to be adding this to the corner, down the corner of the little emote corner. Save that, and then export as a PNG. Then I can figure out all the fun Discord stuff later on. Peak cinema, indeed. If you held up your hands nowadays, people would immediately assume you were saying absolute cinema, whereas back in the olden times, those used to be jazz hands, or whatever. Emote corner will one day have 1,000+ little spider boys. Honestly, yeah, at this rate. Alright, with that being exported and stuff, I believe that's the end of that. Actually, wait, hang on. Here's one small detail. Small details are always a super mega pain to work with. But honestly, it's the small details that can, say, make or break a game, a video game. And the more time you invest in them, the more likely somebody 10 years from now is gonna make a video essay about them, about the small details of the game you made, and how underappreciated they are, or something like that. Still, they're worth delving into. All right, happy with how that turned out. Well, right as we hit the hour mark, here I was thinking that I was going to be here for like only half an hour to 45 minutes or so, but ended up making it all the way through, full 60 minutes. And after thinking that I wasn't even going to be streaming today too, I'm happy that I ended up doing it anyway. And there is one super important detail that I completely forgot. Hang on. Also a bit of shading that I forgot as well. Holy crud, man. Glad I was here for all the 200 minutes. Well, that's a lot less than 200 minutes. So, how much time in an hour? Oh. Welcome, Ranty Horner. Good to see you. And thanks for tuning in. I was getting close to wrapping up here, though. Because this horrible nightmare abomination is now done. With that, everything is exported and saved and the whole shebang, and I'm good to wrap it up from there. The only thing I could really think of is just showing off other pieces of art, but at that point it's just, well, it's just that, it's showing off. If you want a quick summary of the kind of art that I do, then just go to the stream VOD playlist that's on this channel. And if you're curious why I have so many subscribers, then look no further than the Videos That Exploded playlist as well, where you'll find nothing even remotely related to what I'm doing with this channel right now. Well, it was fun. I should get sleeping. See you, see you, Spider-Man. See you, legally distinct Spider-Man, I guess you could call this guy. I guess you could call me. But for real though, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. And hope you have a good night. Hope everybody has a good night. And let's see. Just to seal the deal to let everybody know that I'm calling it quits for real. There's the ending slide and everything. So for real this time, I'll see everybody later. And have a very, very good one. subscribe to you, and I have zero idea when I did. Why I did. Chances are you probably found this channel because of the Henry Stickmin or the Markiplier videos. Being completely honest, I've had a few other people stop by who said the same thing as well. Hope you have a good night too. Might tune in another day. Thank you. Alright, for real this time though. I'll see everybody later. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Have a good night. See you next time.